cat dragged in.
Hey!
Hey, look who decided to show up. What are some other things your mom would say to guilt you?
Eat her out! No.
Oh,
Sorry I wasn't the best mother.
look who decided to join us. Thank you, guys.
Hey, welcome.
Covino and Rich.
Go play in the middle of the freeway.
Broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. If you miss any of our show today, don't worry, you're not missing much. I mean
what?
You got to catch the podcast. Search Covino and Rich wherever you stream your podcast. And right after the show, it's posted up every day. Rate it 5 stars. And search Covino and Rich wherever you get your podcast. Let's be rocking out on a Taco Tuesday.
And I beware and tell you to beware of people trying to trick you with trade deadline moves that didn't happen.
Oh, I know.
Now's the time where your friends are going to trick you.
Speaking of moms, Steven, I can't believe they traded Aaron Judge.
Oh, jeez.
Mom, it's fake. Don't come on, Mom. Steven, I'm so sad. Don't worry, it's not true. It's fake.
Come on, Mom.
People getting duped all over the place, man.
Yeah.
Don't let it happen to you. The deadline is on Thursday, though. But enjoy this Tuesday, and let's enjoy the rest of our July. My birthday month begins on Friday, man. I can't wait.
Do you say birthday month? You're a
Birthday
20-year-old
month.
girl?
Yeah. So, actually,
His birthday month, everyone.
yes, I'm Steve Covino. That is Rich Davis. Danny G, super producing. On the phones at 877-99 on Fox. What up, Danny G?
Yo.
And Iowa Sam. Sam, I thought 2 weeks ago you were getting a haircut. You said you were getting a haircut 2 weeks ago. Look at you.
I said I needed a haircut like 2 days ago.
I look across me. I was like, is that John C. Riley? No, that's Iowa Sam.
I'm wearing the CNR Vegas 20 CRC 20
love it.
shirt, though.
I love the shirt.
Yeah.
You know, you wear that nice shirt to balance out that afro you got going.
I like the hair.
Yeah,
think it
I
looks
do
good.
too, but he just said the other day,
It's pretty fluffy.
I got to get a haircut.
I really do.
And every day I come in to see a spiffy Sam, and he's all Sammed out. And, of course, DB's got your updates. But thanks for being part of the greatest show on earth, according to us. Covino and Rich, the world famous. There is none greater.
What?
And what makes us so good, we play games, we give away prizes. Now, yesterday we played Last One Standing. I was the grand champion, guys. I don't want to brag, but, big win for
Normally
me.
you don't bring up who won that game on
I
a
know,
Tuesday.
But when it's me, I have to.
We're recapping game winners from the day before.
There's a reason.
Clearly someone finally won.
There's a reason, bonehead. The reason is because that leaves us with one more prize still to give away. So today is could be your last chance to win a Swiggy, our coveted stainless steel water bottle, just in time for school, because every kid needs one of these to leave at the gym class. So our coveted Swiggy will be up for grabs later today when we play Showtime Mahomes trivia. But let's get into it.
I got to just give everyone one heads up that you would say, yeah, of course, you idiot. So be prepared to say that, because I feel like that's what you'll say.
I mean, we say that at least 6 times a show.
By the way, I'm like slightly uncomfortable because my ass is soaking wet. I was with my family this morning at Universal Studios. Family's in town, so I was like, I could go. I just got to leave in time to get to Fox Sports. So we went to the park. The last ride I went on before I came here, the
What's
Jurassic Park water flume. And I remember back in the day you would get a little wet. Now it's like you might as well jump in a pool. They have upped the water splash zone. So,
Splishy splashy.
Splishy splashy.
Don't
is
get
right.
that in your mouth.
Oh. So
How was it? You having a good time?
it was fantastic.
Did you go on that Harry Potter roller coaster?
I did, and I'll tell you what. The heads up I want to give everyone is, you know how when we fill in for Colin once in a while,
Did you get a butterbeer?
You mean like on Thursday?
like on Thursday and Friday when we fill in for Colin,
Yeah.
we joke about how the difference, Danny, where you and I are coming from, the difference of leaving in a 15-minute window could be 20 minutes here or an hour and 20 minutes here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's L.A. for sure.
Yeah, that's
man.
a lot of big cities, obviously.
nightmare.
But sometimes it's that little window of time, like you're headed to the airport or on vacation, and you're like, if I leave at this time, then all of a sudden that crappy ass traffic hits. I had never been to, and you might think this is crazy, I had never gone to an amusement park like as it opens. But we were trying to maximize time because I said, hey, I got to run to work later. Why don't we go when it opens? If you're there 5 minutes before it opens and people are starting to go in, we went on 3 or 4 attractions with no skip the line pass right away because I think most people are like, we'll go like 10 a.m. or so. If you get to an amusement park at 9 a.m., never did it. I went on the Harry Potter ride. you name it, the Simpsons ride, the Minions, all that, 5 minutes each.
So wait a second. You mean to tell me
I'm gonna punch you
that
in the
if you
nose.
get there early, there's less people there? Yo, bro, that's some crazy news you're dropping.
All right, move on, please. I hate you.
Wait a minute. If you
Breaking
get there
news.
early, there's less people? No way. At the baseball park, too?
Rich, this for years has been the go-to move at Disneyland.
Like you wait
In
for
Anaheim,
a minute.
you have to be one of the first ones there, get Mickey Mouse pancakes, and you run around and get on all the rides before the huge crowd comes in.
That's how you
So
do
wait,
it.
I go there before other people show up? That's
hold
what you
on.
do?
Here you go, Rich. Can you say that again? Let me get
Hold
my
on.
pen.
Let me get a one shot on you. Go ahead.
Yo, go ahead. Hold on. Say that. This will go viral. Spot. Make sure you record it.
Yeah.
Put it on
Instagram.
Instagram.
It's rolling. We're rolling,
yeah,
baby.
Yeah. Say that again, Rich, for the world to know.
I want to take your heads and bang them together in honor of the Hulkster. Remember the double noggin knocker when he would slam two people's heads together?
Yeah.
That's what I want to do to you guys.
Yeah,
Sounds like you bumped your own head.
I oughta. Yeah, you should bang your head against the wall for that one.
Oh, you're telling me when you were a little kid and your parents would drag you to Sesame Place or
my
Hershey
parents
Park?
took me nowhere, so that was a different story.
What I'm saying is, you're telling me that you'd be there right as the park opened? No, because
Dude, like I said, looking back, I'm lucky if I went to Sesame Place once in my life. That's the truth. I had great parents. Nobody loves me more than them. But maybe went to Wild West City once or twice.
yeah, but
I was a Jersey Shore kid, so that was my fun.
My family went to Six Flags and Action Park and Hershey Park and all that, but we would never go like bright and early, 8, 9 a.m. when the park opened. Probably because my dad wanted to sleep in.
Yo, does this work at like the theater and the football game? Does it work everywhere? If you get there early, there's less people? Because maybe we need to try that next time,
You're an ass clown. I get it when you go places early.
You know
but
what it is? Rich strolls into work 5 minutes before the show starts, so he's never early. So he's like amazed by everything.
I had assumed that all the out-of-towners were going to be like waiting to go in the park, and there would be no difference. Like you, if you go to Disney World in California, you imagine most of the people are out-of-towners, and they're there with an agenda.
I wonder
like
if this works
mom's
everywhere.
got the.
Can you go to the nudie bar and like have your choice?
Well, if you go to the nudie bar early, it's not.
Oh, the
good
buffet
it's-
is fresh.
No.
Oh, look at all the food here.
That doesn't work ever. You go to the nudie bar too early, much like a club. Pickings are not good.
I mean, I haven't been to one in years, but usually it's the one that you don't want that comes up to you and asks you if you want to dance.
You
You're
wanna
like, no.
dance?
You're like, no, thanks.
Would you like a dance?
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta go.
No, that's when you pull the old. I just got here. Come
But
back
if
later.
you pull the Rich Davis trick that's sweeping the nation,
sweet thing.
yeah, you have your choice because you're early because no one else is there.
All right.
Man, bro, you are revolutionizing the world. I love it. I'm just messing.
Might as
man.
well call me Dickie Columbus.
No, but that's really
everybody.
cool. So you went on all the rides.
I'm just saying, like, I shouldn't even be giving you my tip because now you will all know this strategy. Dan Byer, pretend you didn't hear it. Same with you, Danny G.
Wow.
But I had never. You know what? I guess I deserve it. The
I mean,
mockery.
it's a good one.
But-
What you could have said is, "Hey, man, I got there early, went on all the rides." We would have been like, "Yo, sweet."
No, because I'm the guy that's usually stupid enough to be like, I'll buy the upgrade for all the tickets and spend an extra $1,000 or so. If you go at 8, 9 a.m.,
Yeah, you
we
don't
went
have to.
that Harry Potter ride. Spot, you're a big Harry Potter nerd. You stick wands wherever.
Whoa.
When you were when that ride first opened, wouldn't you agree that it was like a 2-hour wait? That Harry
Yeah,
Potter.
That's misery, man.
yeah,
for real.
5 minutes.
Yeah, that's the worst.
5
That's really
minutes.
great. No, honestly, it's great. What time did it open though?
9. So
9.
we got
Yeah,
there
that's
at
not
10.
even
We
too
got
bad.
there
That's
at
not too
10 to
bad.
9.
You know,
So-
the people that are usually waiting to get in are like the elderly because they're up at 4:30 in the morning. They're starving to get into a diner at like 6
Let's go,
a.m.
Harriet.
Or they're waiting to get into a store. They're like banging on the glass.
I was Sam. I worked at a cards and gift store when I was a high school senior, and we'd open at 6 a.m. on the weekend, and that was misery for a 17-year-old kid. But when I tell you, I'd get there at like 5:50 to open at 6. Old people were waiting.
Oh, yeah.
Old
George,
Dorothy.
George and Ebenezer were looking at their watch.
Can I get
Look who
Gotta get your
decided
yarn.
to
can I
show
get
up.
the Daily News, a pack of Lucky Strikes, and a scratcher?
I've been up since 3 a.m.
Wake up, Sleeping Beauty. I've been here for 2 hours.
I'm like, damn, what are you doing?
So I love the story. And to show the dedication, if you're not following or connecting the dots, connect the dots. Rich left Universal to do the show with a wet ass and all, and he's heading back to Universal right after the show.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I got to hit up the mummy ride later. I mean,
yeah, what a day, man. That
Don't
is
expect
a day.
light crowds. Don't
That's
expect light crowds, okay?
Yeah, but
Well,
that's
you
an
know
LA life because
you
you can
know,
go back. We're very close.
you know why, Sam? Because early is the way to go, is what I've
Rich is going to come back tomorrow and be like, you know what? People leave the last hour. If you stay all the way to the end,
Oh,
everyone
man.
else leaves.
Rich, innovator.
Danny,
know
you don't
what?
say?
Yo, Rich, I wrote this down, but what do you think? This goes along with your story. Get this. Early bird gets the worm. What do you think? Pretty good, huh?
Patting that.
I made that up based on Rich's story.
Wow.
Yeah. Groundbreaking.
I as I'm saying it, part of me feels like I shouldn't have said it.
No, it's actually cool because I'm going to Disney World next week. So if you guys see me out there on the teacups, drinks on you. I'll be out there next week. But, there's a part of you as an adult especially that's like, yeah, I'll get there when I get there.
Let me
but
ask
if you get there earlier, you're right. You might not have to splurge for the fast pass, or what do they call it now? They call it something
well,
else.
it's a lightning pass
Lightning
or fast
pass.
pass, whatever the park is. But let me ask you a sports related question. And then we got a lot of fun to get to today. There's a wild story with Christian Wilkins and kissing your teammates and Adam Scheffler. I'm confusing Adam Schefter and Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah.
Scheffler, as he said in Happy Gilmore. Scotty Scheffler. Let me write that down because I'm going to say Adam every time. Scotty Scheffler said he's willing to give up one of his 4 major golf titles if something in the world of football happened. He's such a big Cowboys fan that we'll break that down. So, of course, we'll talk NFL. Juan Soto getting hosed. We're going to talk a little baseball. So, a lot of fun conversations today. But let me go around the room real quick. We all got kids for the most part.
I don't.
that you know of, Sam.
You have to make love to a woman first, Sam.
I've never done that.
So, I ask you this. If you got kids, you as an adult don't want to wait. So, if and when you have the means to do these things, do you buy the fast pass?
I'm thinking about you have to do it 7 days, or you could do it up to 7 days before your trip. I'm going to Disney, like I said, and I have to make that decision by Friday, I think.
Yeah, Rich,
So,
if you don't get to go a lot, and you want the real experience, you need to spend that extra money.
And I say sports related, Danny, because
and how annoying are your kids? Because they may be the worst sitting in line all that time.
Well, be honest, we didn't do the fast pass this time. I said we went early, but the last ride before I came here, I did wait a good 45 minutes to an hour for that Jurassic Park ride. And
I think I'm over that.
Yeah, but sports related, if you only take Brody, Dan Byer to one Dodgers game a year, or Danny G, you take the family to 1 or 2 Dodgers games, are you then saying, well, I might as well sit field level? I want to go to, do you splurge in those moments, or are you spoiling your children?
I think that you have the ability to splurge in that scenario. I think that there is instant regret when you decide to cheap out.
Yes.
And in that scenario, like the first line that you stood in for 45 minutes, like, why don't I just pay the extra, whatever it is? And I'm not even familiar because
I tell you what it was today because I asked.
It is pretty
It was
expensive
an additional $180 a person.
Wow.
But if you have a family, if you have a family of 4,
Who are
3,
you, Daddy Stacks?
let me do my John Daly math.
I
That's
take
like
that back.
$5,000.
Yeah, well, suddenly DB's opinion changed.
So $720 for your family. But now you might say $720. That's a hell of a lot of money for a lot of families. But is that a hell of a lot of money if it means your kids and you get to go to the front of every line?
Yeah, here's how I rationalize
You want
it.
to stand 2 hours on the Star Wars
I
line?
rationalize
That's
it like
insane.
this. There's a lot of sacrifice that your family makes, depending on what you do. If you're a professional athlete, of course, right? Because they're always away and always on the road. But you and I, we travel a lot, and we miss out on a lot of things. And I look at it like, well, what am I doing that for if I can't splurge on my kid? I want them to understand, like, this is why Dad isn't there all the time or as much as he wants to be, and this is why he does work a lot so that we can do those things. So Dad doesn't have to wait in line, really. And I'm trying to justify it, you're right, but that is how I rationalize spending that much money on that experience.
when you put it in that term, Rich, with the number per person, it's a lot. I have my neighbors, they're a blended family, but so in all it was 6 kids, so there's 8 total. They said that when they go out to eat at restaurants, the kids drink water because they're like, look, we love you, but we're not spending $38 so everybody gets a soda and like that sort of drink.
I
Like
started having my kids when they have no like little kids menu. I'll have them split an entree. And I'm like, if you're still hungry, Dad will order more food.
Sure.
But there's no more annoying feeling when you order 2 like $16 cheeseburgers for your kids.
They take like two bites.
Yes.
And you're like, oh. So I'm like, we're gonna split it. If you want more, Dad will definitely get you more. But we're splitting stuff.
If you work hard, you got good kids. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with going that. Because how often do you go away, too? That's the thing, right? And you want to have a good experience. It's way expensive, but I think it is worth it because waiting in line, not only do the kids hate it, I mean, you as an adult, you want to do that? I sure as hell
But I'm
do
saying,
not. That's why, and that is why you put in the extra efforts. And then why else are you putting these? I get it. Everyone's saving for something, a house, a car, some clothes, whatever, groceries. But, geez, Louise, I'll tell you, I am working extra hard so that I don't have to sit in line at these miserable amusement parks. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you
There's
go,
no amusement in that.
If you go to let's say you take your kids to one Cubs game a year. I mean, if field level seats are $180 a pop, $150 a pop versus $40 in the upper deck, like I don't. Are you spoiling your kids? Because I certainly don't want to sit.
Everyone's in a different
like
financial pocket, so I do understand. But yeah, waiting in line, no thanks. So it is a good idea. Get there early, save the money, or buy the fast pass. Up to you.
But
All
do
right,
you feel
guys.
like do you feel like you are buying family sanity?
You're also setting a high expectation for your kids.
I want
right?
my daughter to have high expectations.
Yeah, but they should also know the grind of waiting in line. Not everything comes that easy. So that's why
that's what I said today during the Jurassic ride. I go, honey, learning patience is important.
Exactly. That's why you emphasize a lot. Like, this is why Dad puts in overtime so that we don't have to do that. Hard work matters. Otherwise, they're going to think everything's easy breezy.
Do you guys differentiate between fun and, like I used the drink example, traveling? I'm sure Danny experiences it. Now when you're traveling with another child, like there's just stuff that you'll pay for convenience for that's not even fun. It just makes your life easier. Like, do you differentiate?
Yes, of course. But then again, you realize your kids don't know the difference. Like, you could stay at a $100 a night hotel, and your kids think it's magical. Meanwhile, like, you might be a hotel snob. Like, I stayed recently like a Comfort Inn with my kids, and they were like, "This place is great." It was like $120
because
There's a
the pool is
waffle
9
maker,
feet
right?
deep,
Yeah, they're like
and not regulated.
The room has a phone.
Any soaps and shampoos.
Yeah, your kids don't
They
know.
thought it was great till they had bug bites the next day.
Yeah.
Exactly. But you know what? I agree with what Dan Byer said. A lot of times it's you're buying the convenience, and you got to manage it. When you do have kids and you're going places, things get expensive. You might say, hey, you get your helmet of ice cream at the stadium. But we're going to bring some sandwiches because otherwise you're going to spend. Danny, you have multiple kids. A day at Dodger Stadium for your family would be $500 to $1,000 easy.
Yeah. Last time we went, it was $950 for all of us.
Yeah,
Parking,
bro,
tickets,
that's
food.
Gross.
I know.
Yeah, that's so much. Dang. Get there early. See, we learned something.
That's why Iowa Sam just goes down to the park and watches old people play pickleball. It's free.
Yes, it's free.
So wait a
entertainment.
second.
Economical entertainment.
So Rich is saying get there early, guys, so you don't pay for the fast pass and bring your own snacks.
Man,
Yeah, this is great.
you can check out now, and you've learned so much on COVINO Rich.
Sneak your own candy into the theater.
Oh, boy.
Because what's that teenager going to do? Tell you to throw it away? Smack him in the head.
It was the most arrogant I've ever felt. My wife and I went to the movies maybe a couple years ago, and I had just bought a Starbucks at the coffee shop next to the AMC, and I'm walking in, and the little 16-year-old kid's like, "You can't bring that in here." I patted him on the head. I should have kissed him on the head like Christian Wilkins. And I was like,
No, you patted him on the head like Benny Hill with the old guy.
I was like, that's cute, buddy. And I just kept walking with my drink. I'm like, you think this 16-year-old would have to pry this coffee out of my hands? But
Oh, man, that's
you
bold.
got to sneak that stuff in.
All right, so Rich is fresh from Universal, here to talk some nonsense. Before we get into it, Rich, which we've been saying for 20 minutes now, I do want to say rest in peace to Ryne Sandberg. Passed away at 65 yesterday. Growing up as a kid who collected baseball cards and we practiced everyone's batting stance playing wiffle ball, you knew damn well that when it came to the Cubs, it was the Hawk and it was Rhino. right?
Andre
So,
Dawson, Ryne Sandberg, and I'll tell you what.
It was them two, man. And
up
it was
in-
Harold Baines, over on
Chicago,
the
other
White
side.
Sox. But every team had their guy. The Royals had their George Bretts. The Red Sox had their Wade Boggses. The Molitors, the Younts, the Mattingleys. Who's your guy, Rich? Tim Tuffle? Ray Knight?
The Mets, if you're talking like starting lineup figures, we had Gary Carter. We had Keith, Darryl, Doc. There were a lot of big stars back then.
But the Cubs had Ryne Sandberg, and he was a Hall of Fame second baseman who hit some magical bombs. He was a great player, and it's really sad that he passed away at 65.
And I can't be the only kid that for a little while thought they just kept spelling his name wrong. I'm like, Ryan Sandberg. They're like, no, Ryne Sandberg.
Ryne.
But as a little boy, I was like, is it Ryan?
No, but you got to put that
Ryne.
in perspective. Every team, especially in the 80s, they marketed 1 to 2 guys because they weren't screen printing shirts for everybody. They weren't making toys for everybody. It was Mattingly and Willie Randolph, Mattingly and Winfielder. There was like 2 guys tops for every team. You knew that the Cubs, it was Ryne Sandberg. And when someone's that important to a franchise and to your childhood, that's a major blow to all Chicago fans. So I'm sorry to hear that.
He had a cool batting stance, too.
Yeah, he was cool, man.
One of the ones we did where he bent his back a little bit.
Blends our eras growing up, and I would say for as many people who had Ken Griffey Jr. as their favorite player in the 90s, there were just as many that had Ryne Sandberg as their favorite player in the 80s.
No doubt. That one hurts because he was one of those elite guys of that era for sure. Who else comes to mind? Like Kirby Puckett,
No, but you could,
Tony Gwynn.
I mean, there was I think someone isolated a year, and again, I'm not going to be able to name the exact year, but they listed the all-star lineups, and it felt like our childhood. It was like second base, Ryne Sandberg, shortstop, Ozzie Smith, first base, Keith Hernandez, and I'm like, take me back to our primo
He's one of those
baseball
dudes.
card days, right?
So you don't have to be a Cubs fan to recognize, man, that sucks. He was a major part of your Cubs collection. Did you have a Cubs section in the box or a sleeve, the pages, and it was all the Cubs? If you had those Ryne Sandbergs, that meant something. So rest in peace to a Hall of Famer, a good guy who battled cancer. And 65, that's young nowadays, guys. That's way young nowadays. And I hate to see that.
Now, coming up on the show, we are going to get to some more baseball. An interesting story about Juan Soto last night, but put that on hold because football on the brain, football on the mind, and Scheffler. I love when he did that in Gilmore too. Scotty Scheffler said that he's willing to give up one of his major awards, one of his major titles, if something happened to the Cowboys. He's that big of a Cowboys fan. We'll break it down next, right here, COVINO Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Hang tight.
Wake up, it's 2 pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready? Yes! I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio. Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game. Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
You finally said something right. Congratulations.
That game was incredible. You are wrong.
You could take that trash somewhere else. Wham!
We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all so. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank you.
Love you. You're very talented. You're the best.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Jim. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it.
You gotta be kidding.
He never was an elite quarterback.
This team is unstoppable.
He made the right call.
You know that's right.
LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. Wrong.
For 25 years, Fox Sports Radio has dominated the sports audio landscape
With the biggest talent and the best programming available.
We talk sports and we have fun doing it. We talk about life.
Sports radio is where you go after the games are over, and then the discussion begins.
If the Chiefs win.
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
It is live. It is unscripted. No other medium can touch that.
And that's what makes it special.
Yes.
Who wants some?
Bigger, bolder, better. We are Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah.
Wake up, it's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready?
Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio. Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game. Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
You finally said something right. Congratulations.
That game was incredible. You are wrong.
You could take that trash somewhere else. Wham!
We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all so. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank you.
love you. You're very talented. You're the best. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Joe. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it.
You gotta be kidding.
He never was an elite quarterback.
This team is unstoppable. He made the right call. You know that's right.
LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. Wrong.
For 25 years, Fox Sports Radio has dominated the sports audio landscape with the biggest talent and the best programming available.
We talk sports and we have fun doing it. We talk about life.
Sports radio is where you go after the games are over, and then the discussion begins.
If the Chiefs win.
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
It is live. It is unscripted. No other medium can touch that.
And that's what makes it special.
Yes.
Who wants some?
Bigger, bolder, better. We are Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah.
Wake up, it's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready?
Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio. Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game. Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
You finally said something right. Congratulations.
That game was incredible. You are wrong.
You could take that trash somewhere else. Wham!
We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all so. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank you.
love you. You're very talented. You're the best. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Joe. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it.
You gotta be kidding. He never was an elite quarterback.
This team is unstoppable. He made the right call.
You know that's right.
LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of
Move out the way, because I'm the dibba. Rip, dip,
down to the dip, dip, dibba.
You know what this makes me think of? Our movie. Yeah, like our movie, like we're back.
Wow,
we got
that
a new
was-
season out.
That's good.
You know there's a season 3 or whatever, new Beavis and Butthead coming out on Paramount Plus?
And King of the Hill's about to drop.
Yeah, buddy.
If we've been friends for decades, since we were 20 years old, tell me why this song means something to me. Your
You
pal,
got
Rich
your
Davis.
first kiss or something to this song.
It was close. I had a crush on a girl, Danny G, in high school. Like, I was sweating this girl, Erica. And
she felt you up, right? She felt your boob.
she felt my man boobs.
It was Rich's first time on second base. I got to tie it back to sports, right?
I asked her, Danny G, like, you know, very high school, like, you want to, like, go out? Thinking she would say no, like, again. She was like, you know what? Yeah, sure. Let's hang Friday night. I dropped her off at her house. As I pulled away, I turned on the radio, and that song was on, and I probably felt the coolest in my life up until that moment.
The Love Roller Coaster.
Love Roller Coaster.
By the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Originally
from
done
the
by
Beavis
who?
and Butthead soundtrack. Love Roller Coaster. Oh, I don't know. Who sang that?
The Ohio Players,
Ohio
right?
Players,
Oh,
yeah.
nice. All right, so we're Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio, live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Remember, with the iHeartRadio app, you could stream us wherever you happen to be. Catch all the Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7 on the new and improved iHeartRadio app. Search Fox Sports Radio in the app to stream us live all day, every day, and be sure to select Fox Sports Radio as number 1 on your preset. Covino and Rich for life, SA. And speaking of the app, remember to catch our podcast, too. Search Covino and Rich. Thank you.
All right, let's talk about Scheffler.
All right. Big star of Happy Gilmore 2.
Scotty Scheffler. The jail scenes, everything. He was
Hold on.
fantastic.
If Shooter McGavin, Tiger Woods, and Happy were the greatest golfers of the 90s, right? Is that what they say in the movie?
Yeah.
Is Scheffler that guy of the 2020s?
I mean, Dan Byer would probably give the thumbs up on that. He's won four major titles.
He's got 2 Masters, 1 PGA, and 1 Open. So he's saying he's willing to give up one of those. I would imagine one of those the Masters, since he has 2 of them.
the extra Masters?
for a Cowboys Super Bowl.
You would think that would be the one, because you already get your basically lifetime exemption to Augusta National up to some point, but small price to pay for the Cowboy fans. I think your assessment on Scheffler's play as well. At least in the last 5 years, he's been the player.
That's Mr. Scheffler's jacket.
He's the guy. And by the way, speaking of the Cowboys, Rich, it's Dak Prescott's birthday. Am I right?
He's 32 today. So
I wonder if he got my edible arrangement. I'm waiting to see. Sent him a balloon, and that one
the one
with
with the
pineapples?
chocolate-covered pineapples?
Yeah,
Oh, what
bro,
a
he
guy.
loves that.
So Vegas is saying that the Cowboys are going to go 7-10. A lot of sports books have them at 7 or 7.5. So we're looking at the majority of experts' analysis has landed at 7 wins. 7-10, not what Jerry Jones wants, not what Dak wants, not what CeeDee Lamb wants. I don't think anyone wants this Cowboys team. Even as a Niners fan, Danny, as the Raiders fan, as every fan in the studio, Seahawks, stand by her. The Cowboys stinking isn't really good for football, and I think the narrative that when they stink, it's funny. I don't think it's funny anymore.
You know what I think they are for real? Aside from what Dak Prescott says, he talks a big game, and I understand what he wants to do, but I feel like they're at a point where even I feel that way sometimes as a fan. Like, you just get content with losing. And that's a bad place to be as a fan, as an organization, because that's not what sports is about. Sports is about winning, but I think they're really at the point of we're making money. It's a business. You just get content with losing.
I mean,
like the
Jerry's
Yankees are
not, but I mean,
but when your team, you get to a point when your team loses, you're like, yeah, what else is new? Whatever. I give up anyway. That does become a mindset, and that's a bad place to be in.
Well, I am still always baffled by the not so fun fact for Dallas fans that they have the longest drought in the NFC Championship game. And when you go through the divisions, you're like, Oh, that's right. The Cardinals made it that year. Oh, yeah, the Giants won a couple Super Bowls. Like, we put this team on a pedestal.
Oh, what happens, though, every time there's a long drought here in California? I say it respectfully.
There's a fire.
Catches fire, so maybe the Cowboys catch fire,
well,
bro.
we'll see. But
Well, a couple of additions to go along with CeeDee Lamb. George Pickens now to throw to for Dak, and running the ball. They added Kenneth Murray Jr. as well. They added from your Niners, Javonte Williams is going to run the ball now. For your Niners, Rich, who did they get? Solomon Thomas.
So they're listen. Every team's trying to put a winner on the field. 7 wins. The narrative, Dan Byer, is that this is a team that's not there yet, right?
I think they're the poor man's Cincinnati Bengals, if that's possible. When you talk about, and then you talk about one organization that's completely flush with money in the Cowboys, and we look at the Bengals as sort of cheap in that fashion. But offensive firepower could probably put up points. Dallas took a hit with Tyler Guyton getting hurt yesterday in practice, but they don't have much on defense. They're just.
Well, I've been watching.
In a way, I feel sorry for them. Like that's the part of it. Like you want to hate Jerry Jones. Now I just kind of feel sorry for him because it just seems like they're at a disadvantage with him running their front office. Basically,
he's not a good GM. So yeah, I don't see anything happening with the Cowboys again this year. I feel bad for Dak Prescott. I think he's a good dude. He's a solid quarterback. He says all the right things, but. This poses the question. If guys like Scotty Scheffler are willing to give up a major title just to see his team win, it's been the longest drought as we established. It poses the question that Rich often asks, when is the best time to see your team win?
And I just
when you're an adult, when you're a kid, like when does it mean the most?
You know, when you forget how some of these athletes are so young. Scotty Scheffler was born in June of 96.
Oh, wow.
Let's do the math.
That's crazy.
He wasn't even born. The Cowboys won their final Super Bowl in early 96. Scheffler was in his mom's belly. This guy has never seen one. So we're talking about a guy that's coming up on 30 years old next year. That's how long the drought has been. The playoff winning drought is just awful as well for this
team. That made me feel really old.
Yeah,
actually.
Tiger's first title was in 1996.
Yeah, that's dude. Honestly, I hate to say that, and I pretend like I'm younger than I am always. When you say that, it makes me feel so old because he's lived a life and never known of the Cowboys being good at all.
The Michael Irvin, Emmett Smith,
like we all have that image of they were
Troy
great.
Aikman and Jimmy Johnson, and then Barry Switzer. Like that was before this dude was before Scotty Scheffler was born.
He has no idea of what that life's about.
Like Rich, he could borrow the VHS tape that I have of Super Bowl 30 and watch them beat the Steelers.
Yeah, but Rich's is porn. It's just labeled Cowboys.
Cowboys, Niners, Bears, Monday Night Football.
It's really the greatest of Peter North.
That could actually work for that. Could work for that tape. Niners and Bears.
Why does it say reverse Cowboys on it?
Yeah, reverse Cowboys.
So
stop it.
Hey-oh. Jeez, Sam. What?
That was a good one.
Man, Sam.
I will say this. I watched the Mets win a World Series when I was in grade school. When I was a little boy. My son is going to be 6, and I go, the Mets won, buddy, when I was your age. That stinks.
Yeah, but do you remember your family reacting to it? Because that's impressionable.
I do, and that's why I remember being like, Gary Carter, Darryl Strawberry. But I was a kindergarten first grader. The Niners won their last Super Bowl, the 94 and 95 campaign. Steve Young, remember, get the monkey off the back. He finally wins one. I was in 10th grade. I haven't seen one of my favorite teams win since then. I always debate with Danny, when's the best time for your team to win? I feel like right now, if you're a 40-ish-year-old guy, you're an adult, you got kids, you appreciate it on a different level. I feel like if one of my teams won, I feel like the appreciation would be so much more now. I feel like COVINO, as an arrogant, and I'll say it more, super arrogant, flexing Jersey J.O. that he was. You think he appreciated those 90s Yankees championships when he was a 20-year-old jerk?
Yeah, and I'll explain why in a minute. After all the insults, let me absorb that, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
But, Danny G., why do you disagree with Rich? Because Rich says now would be the perfect time because he's in a mature place.
Now
he's
is
waited
the
a long
perfect time.
He's not too old.
Yeah.
He's right there in the pocket of it matters.
Because I think as a kid, you're not overthinking it. You're just excited, and you live in the moment. As an adult, we've talked about this several times on our show. You're like, where do I go from here? What now? We talked about that a few weeks ago. Remember, Rich, where
a
lot of players feel that way, fans even feel that way. Okay, the parade came and went, and what now?
Okay,
I just
my
feel
answer's
like,
simple.
Well, when do you think is the best time?
You just totally disparaged me, but I really think when the Yankees won in '96, I was a kid in college, right? And that was the first time I'd seen them win in my grown-up life. They hadn't won since the early '80s, right? I was a little tiny kindergartner. Scheffler's 29. It's a good time to see his Cowboys win. Here's why it mattered to me then. I was at that pivotal stage in my life trying to figure out who I was and who I wanted to be as a man, as a young man. I'm in college, right? Just trying to figure life out. I can't tell you how much, you could say false confidence. You said arrogance. I really felt like rooting for a winner made me feel like a winner. Like, we're the Yankees, dude. I was at the parade. I was like on Team Jeter and all these young guys. I felt like I was part of that winning attitude and that mindset. And I feel like that confidence really lifted me as a person in a lot of ways right when it mattered. So for me, I think that pocket of 20-something really is a good time because you carry that pride with you and you got an extra strut in your step. And it matters more then when you're coming up in life than it does as an older guy. Look, you waited a long time. You earned it. It's always fun. I get that. But we're trying to say, well, what's the best?
Well, let's go to DB for an update, but I'll leave you with this nugget and then we'll discuss more.
Ooh, nuggets.
If you're roughly 40, I feel like you've seen 20-plus years of your adult life of nothing. And then if you do see your team win in your 40s, you're like, oh, like the wait was worth it. You win in your 20s, it's almost like spoiled. It's like
yeah, but you know what I got to enjoy? Like I said, the parades,
but you don't
all the fun that went with all those victories. As a guy in his 40s, pushing 50s, you're going to be out there jumping around at the parade, not the way you would have anyway.
Yeah, but you know what you have now? You have access. Anyway, DB, what's going on, my friend?
Ravens tight end Isaiah Likely injured at the end of practice today. The message from head coach John Harbaugh was that Likely rolled his ankle and will miss a few weeks. More tests expected to be needed. Same thing with Browns cornerback Martin Emerson Jr., not with the ankle, but of the Achilles. The NFL Network says, unfortunately, the team believes it is a serious injury, so Emerson will undergo more tests. Giants wide receiver Malik Neighbors expected to be okay, just dinged up with a shoulder injury in workouts today, while Chiefs wide receiver Hollywood Brown left practice with a left leg injury. He should practice tomorrow, though, according to NFL insider Jordan Schultz. And the Chargers will start Trey Lance at quarterback in Thursday's Hall of Fame game against the Lions. Orioles topped the Blue Jays 16-4 in game one of a doubleheader. Royals designated pitcher Rich Hill for assignment. A's rookie shortstop Jacob Wilson on the injured list with a fractured forearm. And Happy Gilmore, too, debuted with 46.7 million viewers on opening weekend.
Wow.
Largest U.S. opening weekend in Netflix history.
That's crazy, dude.
Knew it.
Think what you want.
I mean, not that I had it was like a rare take, but Covino and I off the air had discussed, like, we were like, I know Wednesday and Squid Game, they have big things, but I was like, that Gilmore, do you know any human that didn't watch it? And the answer is 40-something households watch, so there you go. All right, thank you, guys. Thank you, DB. We got more Covino and Rich. We'll talk more NFL, more Cowboys, and this Christian Wilkins story is wild, so we got to get to that all next on Covino and Rich.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture, we talk about sports, we talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking
joking.
Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best.
You were dating some girl, and you were like, hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense. Her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win.
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the funk.
We're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there. And I'll point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all so. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct, 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event during a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture, we talk about sports, we talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking
joking.
Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best.
You were dating some girl, and you were like,
Hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense.
her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say. It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win.
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the funk.
We're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there. And I'll point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all so. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct, 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event during a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it.
It's funny you play Where Have All the Cowboys Gone,
Yeah,
Sam.
they ran away when she didn't shave her armpits.
Yeah, because we have the answer. Rich just said it.
Sorry.
They saw her hairy armpits, and they all scattered. They all got on their horses and galloped away. Where have the fans gone?
Sorry, I stole your armpit joke.
Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio, and we're at that time, guys. Time for the tire rack play of the day. The Brewers' bat stayed hot.
Ooh-wee.
The 1-1. Yelich drills it deep into right. This is way back. Tucker looking. Track, wall, top of the wall. It's gone. It went over. Oh, my. Yelich, a 2-run home run off the yellow and into the Cubs bullpen.
That's out of here. Hey, that was courtesy of the Brewers Radio Network, and that's our Tire Rack play of the day. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping find the right tires for how, what, and where customers drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation.
Yelich is back in a nice way. He's a good dude, really nice guy, former MVP. Am I right about that? Yeah,
Correct.
right. 20 home runs now. Last year, 11. Year before that, 19. He had 14. He had 9. Remember, he's a guy that hit 44 home runs in 2019, so it's nice to see him back. I know he battled a lot of injuries. He's a nice kid.
And a neighbor. I've seen him in the grocery store.
No way.
Yeah.
And
He's a
hot mom.
He's a nice dude.
Right. Did he have a hot mom?
He does have a hot mom, I think. And Danny.
But we've interviewed him. He's a really nice guy.
Again, thank you also for not choosing the Padres walking off the Mets as the tire rack play
I
of the
wanted
day.
to spare you.
Thank you so much. And I know you hate the Padres winning also as a Dodgers fan, so, you know. That's what happens when you screw with Juan Soto.
That one hurt, didn't it?
We're going to get to that later. I'm not saying the Mets should have won, but we'll get to a little MLB.
I thought about the question at hand, though, Rich. Before we take your phone calls at 877-99 on Fox, at Covino and Rich, Scott Scheffler said he'd give up a major title. He has 4 of them to see the Cowboys finally win. He's only 29. He's never seen them win. That's gross. And then it got Rich thinking, got us thinking, well, when's the best time to see your team win? When you're a kid, you're impressionable, in your 20s, 30s, when you're an old guy and you waited your whole life to see it? Like, when does it mean the most? When the Yankees started winning for me, here's another reason why I think, like, in your 20s was great because you rode on that wave. You rode that confidence. You went to the parades. You were at the games because you were young and you were excited about it and you had the time to get there and do those things. There was also something about, like I said, being on that ride with them. When I say with them, you're around the same age. So you feel like you're kind of part of it. Like, yeah, man, Jeter, that's my guy. You know, when you're old, you're rooting for little kids. When you're a little kid, you don't know anything anyway, and you're just rooting for, you know, older guys who are your heroes. It was kind of really cool to think, like, these were my peers in a way. These guys were guys my age that I was rooting for. They could have been my friends.
I understand what you're saying because we have a good buddy, Mark Zito, who is a big Patriots fan.
Yeah.
And he's about 10 years younger than us. He's like 30s, right? And I remember he always looked at Tom Brady and those guys as his, like, you know, heroes, but around his same age, and he got to watch that dynasty.
Yeah, like you grew up and with them. You know, those are your guys. You grew up with them. You saw them win. You were on that roller coaster. So I really do think in your 20s when they're playing, that's the pocket. There's pros and cons to everything. It's always great to see your team win. But what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to take the few phone calls at the top, but let me just point this out as well. Do kids play a role in this? Like, let's say you're a dad. And you're like, well, you know what would be even the most special? If my kids and I could appreciate it together. Maybe the answer is if you have a son or a daughter and you're like, when my kid's a teenager and if I'm like 40 or 50, that's the time.
That's the ticket.
That's the ticket. So we'll take your feedback. We got a lot more to get to. Covino and Rich right here on FSR.
New York City Mayor Eric Adams said today that the gunman who killed 4 people on Monday was targeting the NFL's offices located at 345 Park Avenue in Manhattan. Police say that they believe the gunman planned to go to the NFL offices in the building but entered the wrong elevator bank. Officials added that the gunman who took his own life did leave a note mentioning the NFL and concussions multiple times, including claiming that he believed he had CTE. Ravens tight end Isaiah Likely is going to miss a few weeks of action. Head coach John Harbaugh says he rolled his ankle near the end of today's workout, while the Browns could be without cornerback Martin Emerson Jr. for the season. NFL Network reports that Emerson suffered an Achilles injury today, with the team believing the injury is serious. Chargers will start Trey Lance at quarterback in Thursday's Hall of Fame game against the Lions. Orioles topped the Jays today 16-4 in game 1 of a doubleheader. Royals designated Rich Hill for assignment. I'm Dan Beyer.
All right. Now Rich is an old warthog. True story.
Beat it.
And speaking of birthdays, happy birthday to Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
It's his birthday, everybody.
Oh, whoopity-doo. Dak Prescott.
COVINO and Rich broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Action-packed hour of greatness. We're giving away prizes. We're playing Showtime Mahomes trivia, some NFL trivia. If you want in, you want to win a Swiggy, remember to call in at 877-99 on Fox, or if you just want to chime in to wrap up our discussion of when's the best time in life to see your team win it all.
Well, we figured out the best time to go to an amusement park.
Yeah, early.
Yeah,
get there early.
When's the best time to win? We'll discuss. We'll take your feedback live, like you said, from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Speaking of Dak Prescott, what did the new coordinator say? That he was like a work in progress or something?
He's still developing. Along those lines.
32 years old today, still developing.
His new head coach said that.
Oh, that's right, the new head coach, yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that. Like, that's a backhanded compliment, sort of an insult.
Well, it's like saying like you got so much more to give, but it's almost insinuating you haven't been giving it.
Right.
So.
All right, so we're going to wrap this up with your phone calls now at 877-99 on Fox. Scott Scheffler says he'd give a major title up if the Cowboys won. Got us thinking, when's the best time in your life, to see your team win?
Would you be insulted or find it acceptable? Let's say your girlfriend said, you have so much potential if you went to the gym more.
She probably does say that. I don't blame her.
Fair. All right, want to go to the phone call? Say hi to Nick in Colorado. Nick, when do you think, as a fan, is the best time to have your team win the championship in any sport?
Hey, Rich, you nailed it, man. I was my parents are both from the Cleveland area, so I grew up a Cleveland sports fan.
Nice.
Passed that curse on to my son, and when they won the 2016 title, my son was 13, completely into it. I, of course, have been into it for life. My dad, unfortunately, passed away now, was still there, and to watch that happen with the three generations, I don't have any other championships to compare it to because of Cleveland, but I can't imagine a better one.
All right, you can't top that. You're right about that.
His
your
pops is still around.
Pops is still around. You waited your whole life, and your kid was in that perfect pocket of, those were his heroes. He's collecting baseball cards and everything else.
No, that's not fair. Nick won that argument.
Yeah, I know.
Danny, I don't want to wait till I'm in my 50s to have the Mets win, but if it meant my son was like old enough to really appreciate it.
And Papa G was still around.
My dad was still around. Yeah, that would be the pocket. So
I mean, you can't beat that story, so I'm not even going to try. Thanks, Nick.
L.A., let's say hi to Evan. Evan, as a fan, when do you want your team to win? I know the answer is all the time, but if you had to pick, your 20s, your 40s, when you're an old guy, like really old, like what's the answer?
All right. Hey, guys, long-time listener. I love you guys. I love you, Rich. Love you, Covino.
Thanks,
Danny
buddy.
G, you're the man. Dan Beyer. freaking awesome on the corner, and everybody who does the freaking news desk. All right.
Hold on. Sam just got really sad because you left him out. So
Me and
please.
Spot.
Sam, all right, Sam's the man, and then Spot is the fucking OG.
Wait, pause.
Don't dump his call. Just dump what he said.
Yeah.
Oh, no worries. We did. We got it.
Oh, it's all good. All right, go ahead. Continue on.
Go man in the corner.
All right, what's
He's
up,
the
man?
buff man in the corner. Yeah, Sam's the buff man in the corner that freaking, like, all the girls
Tell
love.
us.
But,
Tell us when's the best time to win.
You guys had to egg him on there.
The best way to win, like, it's probably, like, early, like, if you're going to see it, like, I like to see it in my 20s, early 30s, where I'll remember it. My dad saw the Dodgers win right when I was born I was born 86, 88. He always wanted to see us see a title together, and he just missed out. He's killed in the car crash, of, like, 10 years before the Dodgers won. So he always promised me if they ever get back to the World Series, we're going to go no matter what the money is. But he wanted to see them later in his life, too, in his, like, 60s and 70s. But I had one question for Rich.
Yeah.
Do you remember Suburban Commando?
Of course I remember Suburban Commando, the Hulkster at not his finest.
I was watching that at 5 in the morning on Tubi, and it was making me crack my butt up. Like, I think you should, like, watch that with your kids, dude. It's one of those when I used to watch my father.
Commando. I'll put that on the list. Like a Hogan classic. Rest in peace, Hollywood Hulkster.
That phone call was a roller coaster of emotions, man.
Yeah.
Jeez. Thank you, buddy. Who else do we got next?
Let's go to Jeff in Virginia. Jeff, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Jeff.
Hey guys, great show.
Thanks.
Love being with you guys. Thanks for taking my call. It's interesting you bring this up in relation to the Cowboys because I've been a lifelong Cowboys fan, and I actually was 9 years old. That's like my first recollection of really watching the Cowboys was in 1981. I was 9 years old. I remember the catch, right?
Me too.
And the Cowboys losing to San Francisco in the NFC Championship.
That was 82. That's like one of my first sports memories. That's why I brought that up.
Yeah.
When Rich talked about his World Series when he was a kid, one of my first clear memories was my family members freaking out about Dwight Clark catching it like that because I just remember the family reacting to it and like, oh, this is a big deal, I guess. I was like 5, 6 years old, but I remember that.
I'm crying,
yeah.
Right? And then I suffered through the Danny White years, right? And then the 1-15 season. And I was in college when the Cowboys had their run in the 90s. And it was awesome, right?
Yeah.
You're such a huge fan, like, when you're in college of everything, right? Sports. And so I thought that was the best time to see them come back and actually, beat San Francisco in the NFC Championship.
You guys got it. You guys got the best of us more than often.
That was redemption. Total redemption.
No, but now you're a guy, if I'm doing the math, you're a guy, you're 50-ish years old. Is now a time where now you feel like you really want it or no?
You can't climb a street light pole at 50-something.
It's been so many years of suffering now, right? It seemed like an eternity when you're a kid, but now the drought has been so long. It's just like I'm just happy if they do anything.
Dude, last time the Cowboys won anything, like none of us had phones. None of us had. You probably didn't have internet. Thank you, Jeff. Let's go to Troy in Virginia Beach. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Troy.
Hey, how y'all doing?
What up?
Not too much. I'd say our age now because you can afford to go see them if they make it. I mean, in your 20s, you kind of asked out.
Yeah, that's what Rich was saying.
Yeah, I feel like right now, if you're a middle-aged professional, if you're 40-ish and you got kids and you got, decent money, you could be like, hey, guess what? Son, we're going to the game. Like, that to me is like, that's the dream.
That's the ticket.
You said it,
So
buddy.
think about it. It's going to be, I guess, different for everybody.
Yeah.
If you got kids and they're in that pocket where it matters, I'm sure that adds to the joy. So think about it. And, man, Scott Scheffler, it's amazing he's such a winner because he's rooted for such a loser his whole life.
And by the way, for all the Yankees fans, you could blame Covino. Do you know that Danny G might not know this? I was saying the Covino Yankees curse. Do you know this?
Yeah, it was a pretty good time to win. My daughter Melody was born right when the Yankees, she was born November 2nd. The Yankees won the World Series November 3rd, so I was still there in the hospital.
So on back-to-back days, Covino became a father, and the Yankees won the World Series.
In 2009.
And I said, you had the greatest week ever.
Yeah.
It's over now.
Yeah, and they haven't won since.
No more titles, no more kids.
Is it the
after.
curse of Melody, my daughter? I hope not.
They just have to go get someone pregnant.
Yeah, I know. I got to break that curse.
So we got to talk about this Christian Wilkins story, only because what the headline reads and what the reality is, likely two different stories.
Well, this goes back to something that we often like to point out. There's always the truth and the twist, right? So it seems like social media, even media here on the radio, leads with the twist, like the spin. So there's always the truth and the spin. The spin with the story is that he was released from Danny's Raiders because he kissed a teammate on the head. Is that the truth or the spin? That's the spin. The truth is he had a foot injury that he failed to get operated on. The Raiders like, all right, dude, this is the final straw. Beat it.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't rehab properly in the timeline in which the Raiders suggested. They spent a lot of money. The guy, signed a $100 million deal. Now he's fighting for that money. The scapegoat story might be like, yeah, he was rubbing his teammates the wrong way and he kissed the dude on the head.
But the spin is always the headline. And the headline is he kissed a teammate, and that's why he's not on the team.
Well,
now,
you see the NFL reporters with their juicy write-ups about this, and then at the end they're like, but that's not the whole story, of course.
Yeah.
There's more to this.
So Christian Wilkins.
Please, you need the juice. Alex Cora just said baseball, wasn't there a headline? Alex Cora talking about how baseball analysts a lot of times make up rumors around the deadline just because they need juice.
Yeah. That was a recent story this week. Yeah. He has a past of being, well, according to his colleagues, sort of a freak. They say he's kind of a freaky dude. He's been pinching cheeks, like cheeks in the huddle. He was known for grabbing opposing players' junk and aggressively when he was in Clemson. In the NFL, he was kissing other players when he was with the Dolphins and everything. But I'm not saying in like a sexual way, but in like a freaky way, like in a weird way. Like, what's this guy doing?
Like, I'm going to get in your head type
right,
of way?
Get in your head type of way. So he has a history of doing that. So when he kissed his teammate and rubbed him the wrong way, that became the headline. But again, this goes back to his foot. But because of his antics, grabbing ass, playing slap ass.
I mean, a lot of this is alleged, by the way. But
there's footage. I've seen it.
But the headline of Wilkins out because kissing a teammate on the head isn't really the full story. But with that said, it does pose a question here because I know your answer.
Your man-to-man pet peeves, or as Rich likes to call it, the man-to-man no-nos.
Because I know Covino, being that he's like a prideful, like East Coast Italian guy.
East Coast vato loco.
Yeah, half Italian, half Mexican. All the pride this guy has. When another grown man grabs Covino's neck with his hand, like, when someone goes behind you, like someone.
You know why? Because I grew up in New Jersey.
There's something about another guy not putting his arm around you.
Don't you get fresh with me.
Almost taking his hand. Like, picture some big fat Italian guy taking his big meat hook.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
And put it on your neck. Like, hey, yo, get over here, guy.
My uncle used to do that to me and my brother. Both of us would shake him off. Like, go away.
I mean, and every big fat Italian guy thinks they're Tony Soprano and they have the right to do that to you. and that would happen to me a lot growing up.
Get over here.
Hey, come here.
Hey, get over here.
I had a guy do this. Rich, you remember the story? Because I remember coming on the air in my younger days talking about it. Like, this fat botchagaloop took me by the back of the neck. He's like, come here, kid. And I'm like, what's up? He's like, that girl you got over there, you better take care of her. I'm like, who are you? You smell like sausage. Get out of my face.
You smell like gabagool.
Yeah, you got gabagool on your cheek. And he was grabbing me by the back of the neck like, you got to take care of her, kid. You understand? Look at me. I'm like, get out of here, Vinny Pastor. And it's that. And you know what else they do, too? And it's another man-to-man no.
Yeah.
They'll grab you on the cheek aggressively. Like it could be a family member. You're like, yo, dude, beat it. Your buddy's Uncle Nunzio grabs you by the cheek. Get over here, kid. Like, get out of here with that. I don't like that.
The only cheek grabs I accept are the booty cheek grabs,
right.
or if it's Billy Madison telling the kid, stay here as long as you can. That's an okay cheek grab.
Man-to-man no-nos. Because Christian Wilkins kissed his the alleged story here is he kissed his teammate on the head. Like forehead. And they're like, yeah, we don't like this guy anymore. Beat it.
Now,
they filed an HR complaint.
There's clear issues. And there's clear things that you would say are assault. Punching, spitting, slapping. But I'll give you one I know Covino hates, and Danny, this is like more of a disrespectful amongst your crew type of things. Have you ever had someone mush you
Oh.
They don't hit you like they put their hand like on your head and push like they mush you.
Nah.
That's like
Because then I would have an HR problem if they did that to me.
You know?
Yeah, it's happened
But
a bunch of
that's
times.
one of those like I didn't hit you, but like someone gets in your face and they get in your face and they know well enough not to hit you, slap you, or punch you, but they give you a little like they hand on the head, like a little push you away. That's
So again, he has a
That'll get
history
you-
of
that'll
always
get you
being
in a fight.
freaky. What are those no-nos to you? I would imagine that the ones I expressed are pretty universal. Who likes to be treated that way? Like, get your hands off me. I don't even care if it's out of like endearment. Like, I don't like that. So what are the man-to-man no-nos?
you know what?
I want to kiss you.
I want to kiss you too.
Freaking me out, Namath.
I thought of another, and it's a power move that I think we've all been on the receiving end of, but it's so blatant to me that it doesn't even work because I'm like, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing here, as Happy Gilmore would say. I know what you're doing, and I don't like it.
When did he say that?
In Happy Gilmore 1.
Oh.
Remember when he realized Shooter, when he set him up on the 9th hole in the sprinklers? I know what you're doing, and I don't like it. You ever see someone give you like an alpha handshake where they put their hand on top and sort of pull you in? Like you know, does that President Trump does that a
He
lot.
does.
The
I was also thinking of the back slap which you did to Jerome Powell, the Treasury Secretary. Let's lower those interest rates, huh?
Like stand up for a second, Camino. Like it's one of these moves. Like I'm going over with the handshake, but pulling you into me. Like
Yeah,
it's
I
like
don't
when you
that.
pull someone into you.
Relax, you're a
it's-
tough guy. Yeah, it's aggressive.
Like, get over here.
Yeah, beat it. I don't like that.
How about when somebody gives you the dead hand? I don't like that.
That's equally as offensive. I'm with you, Danny. So there's a happy medium like Rich's shirt size.
When someone
it comes
goes
to
when
that.
someone goes to give me a fist bump, I grab their hand and I go honk honk.
You know,
Because
here's a man-to-man no. I don't like it. It rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah.
When people I barely know, even when people I do know but barely know, and they ask you personal questions about your finances or how much you paid for the house, like, dude, I barely know you. Like, maybe a friend of a friend comes over, yeah, nice place. Would you pay for it? I don't know. Mind your business. How about that? How about that?
I got one. Sometimes this is okay, but if you don't really know someone or they're like you're taller than you and they're kind of trying to pull some alpha move on you and they lean on your shoulder.
Oh,
where they're like they're gonna lean on your shoulder. Like, why am I your support staff right here?
No,
Don't lean on me, dude. Get off me.
No.
No.
I don't like it. These are yeah. A lot of these are like you're trying to alpha somebody.
A lot of
right?
it's bubble space too. We learned as little kids, like we all have this bubble around us. Don't invade that space. So when there's a lot of room around you and another person, and they stand right up next to you, I don't like that. Like, move back a little.
Get out of my personal space.
Well, hey, if you want to add to the list, 877-99 on Fox. In fact, also call that number if you want to play Mahomes Showtime Trivia. We got some Showtime Trivia.
For the last swiggy.
Bootleg Mahomes will be here giving away some prizes. It's multiple choice. It's easy. NFL Trivia. If you win, again, like Danny said, you win a pretty sweet prize. Our COVINO Rich stainless steel swiggy as we are 48 hours away from two major things, right? NFL kicking off the season preseason style and the trade deadline in baseball. So Thursday is going to be a big day. The number 877-99 on Fox. We will play next right here on Fox Sports Radio.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture, we talk about sports, we talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best.
You were dating some girl, and you were like,
Hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense.
her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win.
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win? Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the funk.
We're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there. And I'll point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate your show. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct, 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event during a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture, we talk about sports, we talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best.
You were dating some girl, and you were like,
Hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense.
her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win.
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win? Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the funk.
We're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there. And I'll point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate your show. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut 50th date. I'm gonna go 50 Cent. You are absolutely correct, 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event during a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak. I want to kiss you.
I want to kiss you. Covino and Rich, live from the west side from the Fox Sports Radio studio. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
And don't forget, after the show, Danny G puts up the podcast. And right now and every hour, you could be watching what you hear, streaming live on the Fox Sports Radio.
You can see my sweet Canelo Alvarez Team Canelo hat, bro.
Right there on the YouTube channel.
Champs. Let's go September 13th. Forget Bud Crawford. Team Canelo.
What made you go Team Canelo?
Because he's my guy. Vatos Locos forever.
Okay. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, can't wait.
All right. You know what? Do we want to get into this game, Danny G, or what?
We got all the contestants lined up here.
All right. Showtime. Mahomes trivia. Let's go.
The mostly lovable Patrick Mahomes.
Truth is, I want everybody to love me, not just the refs.
It's time for some NFL trivia.
I'm here.
Yes, we know you're here.
All right, Patrick Mahomes here to play Showtime Mahomes trivia.
Our FSR security walking our broke Patrick into the main studio.
I'm Team Canelo, too, because I like winners. Hey, you guys are talking about the best time to win. How about right now? How about this year? How about revenge, baby? Revenge. That's right. Redemption and revenge.
Hall of Fame game on Thursday. You excited?
Right. Yeah, I am, and I'm excited to get another ring, man. Justin's, baby. One more championship ring this year. I need 4 for this hand. Let's go.
All right, let's meet the contestants. 24-time winner Rich Davis right over there.
Yeah, buddies. Let's go.
19-time champion Dan Byer in the house.
Hello.
How about 4-time champion me, Pat Mahomes? Let's go.
And 8-time champion Spotty Boy right over there in the corner.
How's it going?
And looking to win a CNR stainless steel Swiggy, our last one of this inventory. All right, DB, I'll use you for this. Would you love to travel to beautiful Raleigh, North Carolina, Las Vegas, Nevada, Paradise, California, Wenatchee, Washington, Georgetown, Texas, or Lake Tansey, Tennessee?
Let's go to Washington.
Washington. That is Phil. What up, Phil?
Good pick, DB.
Yeah,
all
he
right,
said good
I
pick.
like it. See, the first guy to ever thank me for the pick. I appreciate that, Phil.
Phil, what do you do for a living there in Washington State?
Heating and AC repair.
Nice, man.
Very cool. All
Well
right.
needed.
Here are the rules for Showtime Mahomes NFL Trivia. The first contestant with 2 correct answers is the champ. If there's a tie, we have a tiebreaker question. Your name is your buzzer, but you do have to wait until all 3 possible answers are read. If there's 2 wrong answers in a row, we move on to the next question. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right.
Get it on.
Always a pleasure. I'm here. Countdown's on. Football season. Let's go. I would have hated to play in this one, known as the Ice Bowl. This game was played between the Packers and the Cowboys, 1967 at negative 13 degrees Fahrenheit with the wind chill of what? A, negative 38 degrees Fahrenheit, B, negative 48 degrees Fahrenheit, or C, negative 58 degrees Fahrenheit.
Phil.
Negative 48.
Yes!
There you go.
Oh,
Boom. Wowie, zowie.
halfway to the last Swiggy. Phil on the board.
That's cold.
That's so cool. All right, we move on to round 2.
By the way, just a side note, I don't know, Patrick, if you think this is interesting. My sister back home in Wisconsin sent me a picture of her thermometer this past week. Heat index of 107. So imagine the range of 150 degrees from, yes.
You know what? You're going to have to add me to that group text because, man, that sounds hot.
Oh, man.
Sounds interesting
hot.
for sure.
That's the sun to Alaska right there. All right, round 2.
About as hot as our season. So, round 2, what was I once quoted saying about taking risks? A, I only take calculated risks. Otherwise, I'd be intercepted in every game. B, I believe in taking risks and not worrying about the consequences. Or C, I believe the game Risk with my good friend Max Crosby. I played the game Risk with my good friend Max Crosby at the coffee shop this season. What did I once say about Risk? Life's a risk, carnalito.
What's up, Phil?
Phil.
Yeah.
Phil.
Hey, I'll go with B.
Hey!
A walk-off winner. Swept the board.
Oh, mama.
Phil, at least for this batch of Swiggies, it's the last one, and you do the honors. We're going to mail it to Washington State for you.
That's why I called in. I wanted that last one.
You might have to give this guy some koozies.
Thanks, buddy.
Hey, thanks. Great job.
Way to go, Phil.
Later, Phil. All right, guys.
Later, Patrick. We'll see you next week.
The countdown's on was like 30-something days.
Yeah, for the regular season.
Let's
Man,
go.
So
Thanks,
close.
Thanks, Patrick.
So
All right,
close.
Later, Covino and Rich.
Goodbye.
See you,
Goodbye.
Whoa, mama.
When he butchered that last question, his voice almost sounded like Covino.
I know.
No.
Weird.
It was crazy.
You
That's
know,
not true.
Interestingly enough, 48 hours from now, I said we have the trade deadline in baseball. That first game, now that you heard that Trey Lance is going to start, does anyone else still feel like they want to get a look at Trey Lance? Like what a guy that when they talk about the biggest bust of all time.
Whoa. Sally Scuds.
At what point does Trey Lance get put on that list? I know everyone has their favorites, but if he never amounts to nothing, you got to remember what the 49ers gave up for him at number 3.
That list is crazy of all the picks and who those picks turned out to be.
Yeah, but I mean, we love to say the same biggest bust of all time, the Jamarcus Russells. Yeah, we have the list.
His was the fattest bust of all time because of that big payday he got. That was before the rookie contracts.
I just feel like Trey Lance has sort of got by without a ton of criticism.
Say, not a lot of people talk about it.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
So, hey, I wish him well, man. Jim Harbaugh, you saw what he did with some young quarterbacks over the years. So if something ever goes wrong with Justin Herbert, Trey Lance in the wings. All right, let's go to Dan Byer for an update, see what's going on.
What up,
We
DB?
probably don't talk about it as much because the 49ers continue to have success where, in the previous era that Danny mentioned, it would set franchises back 5-6 years if you messed up that first overall pick.
Because Purdy sort of alleviated all of that embarrassment by being great.
Yeah.
And he helped Trey Lance probably not feel as much of a bust. So you're right. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yes. We do have some news from the NFL. Commissioner Roger Goodell sending a memo to all of the league employees saying that their offices will remain closed through the end of next week. People can work remotely from home. This following the shooting at 345 Park Avenue in Manhattan yesterday. That's where the NFL league offices are located. 4 people dead. 1 NFL employee was wounded in the shooting. New York City Mayor Eric Adams says the gunman was targeting the NFL's office as a 3-page note was found on his body as he complained about the NFL. Concussions, also claimed that he believed he had CTE. So there are tie-ins. In New York, police say they believe that the gunman planned to go to the NFL offices but entered the wrong elevator bank in doing so. So there's an update on yesterday's tragedy in New York City. Ravens tight end Isaiah Likely was injured at the end of practice today, rolled his ankle, and head coach John Harbaugh says he's expected to miss a few weeks of action because of that injury. Browns corner Martin Emerson Jr. suffered an Achilles injury. Reports out of Cleveland say the team believes that it is a serious injury. Speaking of the Browns, owner Jimmy and Dee Haslam met with the media today, answering a variety of questions, including saying the drafting of Shedeur Sanders in the 5th round was made by their general manager and not ownership.
We have good process, okay? And if you'd have told me Friday night driving home, y'all are going to pick Shedeur, I would say that's not happening. But we had a conversation early that morning, and then we had a conversation later that day. I think we had the right people involved in the conversation. At the end of the day, that's Andrew Berry's call. Andrew made the call to pick Shedeur.
Orioles and Jays about to get underway in Game 2 of their doubleheader. Baltimore grabbed Game 1 16-4. Royals designated pitcher Rich Hill for assignment. A's rookie shortstop Jacob Wilson on the injured list with a fractured forearm. Venus Williams making a comeback. The 45-year-old will play mixed doubles at the U.S. Open. She still hopes to get a wildcard entry into the singles event. And Happy Gilmore, too, had the largest U.S. opening weekend in Netflix history as 46.7 million views occurred on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for the sequel. Guys, back to you.
DB, you know what that means? Writing's on the wall. And it says, for a good time, call Rich Davis. No, and it's saying that if 46.7 million tuned in to see Happy Gilmore 2, whether you liked it or not, you're going to get Wedding Singer 2. You're going to get maybe Waterboy 2. You're going to get other sequels. What happened to Robbie Hart? The world needs to know.
I had a great premise, and I know the Sandman's friends with Dan Patrick, so you never know. Maybe Sandler's listening. What if you do Adam Sandler as Robbie Hart?
Well, remember, Adam
singer.
Sandler has that deal with Netflix, so he has to put out more content. This is just too easy.
I was Sam is cringing because he hates these quote forced narratives.
Yeah, but there's a market for it.
All right,
I love Adam Sandler. Don't get me wrong.
What if Robbie Hart is all grown up and him and Drew Barrymore, Julia?
Yeah, she'd be in on it.
Gulia.
So then what if Glenn Gulia is their neighbor and Sandler is now his kid is going to marry like Glenn Gulia's kid? And get this, because it was a 90s movie based in the 80s, if it's a current movie, it could be based as a timepiece in the 2000s. Flip phones, 2000s, everything.
It's always about the characters' kids, though. Like, can they have some other way to do a storyboard?
Julia has an affair with Glenn Gulia, and the villain wins.
But the fact that many people tuned in to watch Happy Gilmore 2 shows you they'll tune in for Wedding Singer 2. That's the next one to come. Guaranteed.
I betcha.
No offense. I just want to see Landline 1. Again, Rich's thought
Yes.
of the kid picks up the phone. What is it?
No, there's some kids fiddling with a landline, and he calls his old phone number or something as a kid, and his childhood self picks up like, hello? And it's like a sci-fi movie. Very much in the vein of, do you remember that great Jim Caviezel movie? Frequency.
Yeah.
With 1969 Mets.
That's a good one.
Great movie. So I feel like there it is. Landline.
And you tell yourself as a little kid, you'll never see another Mets World Series championship.
What do you mean they have Gary Carter and Dallas Strawberry and Keith Hernandez and Greg Jeffries, future star? Speaking of the Mets, I'm glad you said this because I have a bone to pick with Emil Jimenez. This umpire struck out Brandon Nimmo on 3 balls out of the strike zone. And then we saw the Juan Soto strikeout on ball 4.
Oof.
And then later in the game, after Juan Soto gets his manager thrown out because he puts up a fuss, because let's be honest, you can hate Soto, but Covino, no one knows the strike zone better than Juan Soto.
Oh, no, yeah. He has a great eye.
And he gets called out on a strike 3, I believe in the 8th inning. And it was sort of disgusting. It was sort of disgusting how this umpire, Emil Jimenez, punched out Soto on a delayed 3rd strike. And then
overly delayed.
And then looked at him almost with the hopes of like, go ahead. Say something.
It goes back to the old saying, Rich. The old saying, fool me once, shame on you.
And don't get fooled again.
The best refs, umpires, whatever, officials of the game, the best refs are the ones you don't notice. It's like, no one's there to see you. Get out of the way, do your job, and beat it. This guy's making himself the main character. Emil Jimenez, beat it.
And they focused on his goofy face for a good portion of the last couple innings because the calls were egregious. It wasn't even, they weren't even close.
Treat them with disrespect. They're doing a job, but it's not about you. He was very dramatic with his strike 3 call against Soto. It was really inappropriate.
Dramatic.
He was trying to show him up.
Dramatic on a terrible call.
Yeah, it was bad.
And then stared at Soto.
It discredits him. It really does. It makes him look weak.
Did you see the stare at Soto?
I did, yeah.
Like almost like taunting him.
And as far as him having a great eye, look at this stat right here, Rich. You're going to love this. Juan Soto's the first player to have a 25-plus home run season with 4 different teams before turning 29 years old.
Yeah, listen, love him or hate him, Juan Soto knows the strike zone, and he got robbed a few times yesterday. And it got me thinking. I read a stat, and it said 72% of Major League Baseball fans are in favor of the ASB system, the assisted strikes and balls, right? Only 10% of fans say they're against it. So 72% say, yeah.
Wait, 72% of fans?
Yeah.
Okay, fans.
You're talking about 18% of people who are like, yeah, whatever. Only 10% of Major League Baseball fans are like, yeah, I'm not for it. They've sampled it in spring training, and they did it at the All-Star game. if each team gets, I don't know, if it was unlimited, it would be absurd.
Yeah.
But if each team gets 2 times a game, and they're quick with it. You've seen them. They're quick with it. If 2 times a game, a batter could do the little tap on the helmet and immediately on the big screen in the stadium, which is what they say they would do, on the big screen, they show where the ball is and if the ball strike call gets overturned. If the team is limited to, let's say, 2 a game, because it could be a key moment, you could save them, you could use it early in the game, you could wait later. Who would be opposed to getting it right?
You got to get it right. Everybody at home knows what's right, what's wrong. It's an easy procedure. Wiffle ball tournaments are more accurate than MLB, and they are because if you hit that strike zone, you know it's a strike. You got to get it right in those key moments. And I'm with Rich. 2 sounds fine.
I love the human element of baseball, and I always will. But I don't see there being any harm.
Yeah, but do you want a crucial play or game determined by that? Some guy who has a personal vendetta?
But
get out of here. You just took the bat out of Soto's hands.
Let me tell you, it's really hard to call a game. And I'll tell you what has hurt Major League Baseball umpires. The fact that every game, much like the yellow first down line in football, where we forget that, oh, yeah, the players don't see that. You ever watch a football play and you're like, oh, he was so close. And it's like, yeah, he doesn't see the yellow line. In baseball, that nice, faint, imaginary box that's on every game now, the umpires are pretty damn good. When you think they're calling a game, 95, 100-mile-an-hour balls come in. These guys are great. I'm not taking a dump on the umpires, but I think a couple times a game in a key moment when a guy just misses one. There was a play in another game, I forget what it was, where it was as down the middle as a ball could be, and the umpire's like, ball. Everyone, including the batter, froze like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, but you know what's even weaker about it is when they double down on their mistake. Like there was an umpire recently at a Yankee game. He even said, like, all right, that one was on me, man. Bad call.
Yeah.
Like, he admitted it. That was kind of interesting to see. You don't often see that.
So your final thoughts on this, if you think baseball should throw in the challenge next year, I think it's a no-brainer. But before we break, let's go to DB with a little NFL note he wanted to add. What's up, Dan?
Yeah,
Byer?
guys, the news just in. Trey Hendrickson of the Cincinnati Bengals does not have a new contract. However, he is going to report to the team's training camp. He had been away. This could be, maybe it's a good sign. It's better than what Bengals fans had seen lately.
In good faith, perhaps?
Yes, exactly, as Hendrickson was not with the team. Also avoids fines if he's back with the team. But maybe this is a sign that the sides are closer to a deal as he is expected to report to camp.
What was it, 50,000 a day or something like
yes.
that?
Isn't it wild when these guys so casually skip things that are like people's annual salaries per day?
That's insane.
Like, just insane. So, all right, thank you, DB. And your thoughts on the Juan Soto, Emil Jimenez storyline last night? And should baseball
You got to watch it. You know, when we take this break, find the clip if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, just go to Twitter. Look up Soto. It's the first thing that pops up.
You got to watch it.
And let us know if you think baseball should seriously consider adding this next year. All right? We got more Covino and Rich next on Fox Sports Radio.
Wake up, it's 2 pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio. You ready? Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it. Fox Sports Radio. Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game. Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
You finally said something right. Congratulations.
That game was incredible. You are wrong.
You could take that trash somewhere else. Wham! We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all so. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank
I
you.
love you. You're very talented. You're the best.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Jim. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it.
You gotta be kidding. He never was an elite quarterback.
This team is unstoppable. He made the right call.
You know that's right.
LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. Wrong.
For 25 years, Fox Sports Radio has dominated the sports audio landscape with the biggest talent and the best programming available.
We talk sports and we have fun doing it. We talk about life.
Sports radio is where you go after the games are over, and then the discussion begins.
If the Chiefs win.
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
It is live. It is unscripted. No other medium can touch that.
And that's what makes it special.
Yes.
Who wants some?
Bigger, bolder, better. We are Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah. Wake up, it's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready?
Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it. Fox Sports Radio. Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game. Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
You finally said something right. Congratulations.
That game was incredible. You are wrong.
You could take that trash somewhere else. Wham!
We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate you all so. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank you.
Love you. You're very talented. You're the best.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Jim. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it.
You gotta be kidding. He never was an elite quarterback.
This team is unstoppable. He made the right call.
You know that's right.
LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. Wrong.
For 25 years, Fox Sports Radio has dominated the sports audio landscape with the biggest talent and the best programming available.
We talk sports and we have fun doing it. We talk about life.
Sports radio is where you go after the games are over, and then the discussion begins.
If the Chiefs win.
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
It is live. It is unscripted. No other medium can touch that.
And that's what makes it special.
Yes.
Who wants some?
Bigger, bolder, better. We are Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah. Wake up, it's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready?
Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it. Fox Sports Radio. Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game. Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
You finally said something right. Congratulations.
That game was incredible. You are. Man, I just saw Mahomes in the kitchen. He's all fired up, dude. Looks ready for the season, man.
If you missed Showtime Mahomes trivia, if you miss anything, catch Covino and Rich on the app. Live from the Fox Sports Radio studio for over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. And coming up on tomorrow's show, we're halfway there already, man. Midweek Major, the biggest stories in sports and pop culture. We decide together, are they midweek or major stories here on Covino and Rich. And remember, Overpromised, our bonus podcast. The last two shows were great. We had Zach Brown on recently, and we talked about Hulk Hogan's career. A lot of mixed emotions there, but we went over his greatest moments, and we talked about the fight game and how pay-per-view will be no longer, according to Turkey Al-Sheikh, as far as boxing. That's on Overpromised on Fox Sports Radio's YouTube page for free. You could watch the show. It's a quick 22-minute show, but enjoy it. Thanks again for being part of this.
So that you don't think I'm only talking about my dude Juan Soto? I found the play that everyone's talking about. Bad calls are not just happening to Juan Soto. The pitcher was Baltimore Oriole Zach Eflin, and he was pitching, and they're saying it might be John Boy, your boy even got involved in this, said it might be the worst call, ball strike in years.
I thought the worst call was that home run they called foul. Wasn't that the worst?
It's foul.
You saw that,
right?
Oh,
sorry, gone. Clement was in the batter's box for the Blue Jays, and this ball was like as middle as you could get. Fastball middle, and they're saying worst call you've ever seen.
You know why, though? Because the catcher wasn't positioned properly with that one. But it was a dead obvious strike.
He was positioned. He was set up a little outside,
right.
So it looked like it might have nicked
but it was
inside.
but it was a perfect strike for sure. That's gone viral. Yeah, people love to complain. It happens all the time. But that one with Juan Soto was like drastically obvious that it was a personal situation.
It was spite.
Yeah, it was out of spite. It was clearly not a strike. It was a blatantly delayed strike three call, and you can't let that personal element interfere in that way. I know everybody loves the personal element. So, yeah, I think the ASB system should be incorporated for times like that, at least twice a game. I don't think there's any question. I'm part of the 72% that says, hell yeah, do it.
Well, I think it would be hard.
Trying to make the game better,
It would
man.
be hard to argue to a game because, again, these aren't like stop the game, put on the headphones, go in a tent, go look at the monitor. This is a quick, like, you saw it in the All-Star game when Edwin Diaz for the Mets was pitching. Remember, he's like, go to the thing. Within 5 seconds tops, they're like, strike three.
It's
like,
a matter of time. If they're doing it in the All-Star game, doing it preseason, it's going to happen.
Yeah, and the fans in the stands at the All-Star game seem to really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's cool.
And I like your idea, Rich, of having two. I think if the team gets both correct, they should get a third.
I like that, yeah. If you get two right, if you got to get both right, you earn a third. But I don't see why you wouldn't attempt to even do this. It would be great for baseball. But, hey, we talked a little baseball. We talked some football today. We talked a little of everything. In fact, we didn't even get a chance to talk NBA. I know there was a LeBron story that we were going to try to hit on. Maybe we'll get to that tomorrow.
We'll get to it tomorrow. And to wrap it up, speaking of MLB, what do you think about Cal Raleigh being the lead candidate now for MVP? You think Judge can catch him when he comes back?
How long is Judge out?
They say 10 days, but he can come back maybe earlier with a DH spot, perhaps.
Yeah, why are we pretending that Aaron Judge still is not batting like 100 points high?
Yeah, Aaron Judge was probably the premier candidate for MVP, but if he's out, Cal Raleigh, the odds have now gone up for him to win it all. So we'll see.
Yeah,
I think it adds some fun
Aaron
pressure.
Judge fatigue. I still think that it's hard to argue that Aaron Judge is the best player in Major League Baseball when he's even a little healthy. So your thoughts, anything you miss, always you can find at Covino and Rich. And we'll see you guys back here tomorrow on Fox Sports Radio. Like you said, we'll play Midweek Major. We got a lot. We're going to start giving away new prizes. We got to figure out what's next. Now that we've lost all the swiggies.
Yeah, we're going to bring back bribery balls.
Bribery balls?
Bribery
Sounds good
footballs,
to me, man.
yeah.
We'll do that. And until then, have a great Taco Tuesday. Until tomorrow, arrivederci, baby.
We'll see you in the promised land.
Goodbye.
Have a great one.